Before the sun reaches the horizon, the farm is already awake. In the chill blue of early morning, a row of silent machines waits in the yard. One by one, work lights flicker on.
Copy
Diesel
that, I'm right
engines
behind you,
cough,
looking good.
catch, and settle into a steady rumble. Steel, rubber, hydraulics, and code are all coming to life for another day of harvest. The combines roll out first, heavy silhouettes moving down the gravel lane, kicking up small clouds of dust that glow in the first rays of light. Out in the open, the sea of ripe grain stretches in every direction, still and golden. Then the headers drop, reels begin to spin, and the field is never the same again. The first bite into untouched wheat is always startling. One moment, the heads are standing tall, whispering in the breeze. The next, they are pulled forward, sliced clean, and disappearing into the dark mouth of the machine. Behind the large curved windscreen, a modern cockpit glows, GPS lines guiding perfectly straight passes, soft indicator lights, screens tracking yield and moisture in real time. The machine weighs many tons, but glides with a kind of quiet accuracy, leaving behind neat rows of stubble. From above the header, the motion is hypnotic. Grain flowing like a river into the feeder, vanishing inside where sieves, drums, and fans separate seed from straw. Inside the grain tank, kernels pour down like a golden waterfall, piling up against steel walls. When the tank fills, the combine doesn't stop. A tractor and grain cart close in at matching speed. The unloading auger swings out like an arm, and a bright stream of grain arcs through the air, landing in the moving cart, a fluid handshake between machines. In flooded rice paddies, the harvest looks different, but the rhythm is the same. Compact tracked harvesters, white and orange against vivid green, crawl through shallow water. Steel tracks press into mud, and water ripples around every step. Each pass cuts a narrow lane. Rice heads disappear into the machine, and behind it remain clean strips of short stubble and shining water. In the cab, simple levers and worn labels guide skilled hands, as human judgment and mechanical strength work side by side. Beyond the cereals, specialized harvesters take their turn. Corn headers with long yellow snouts dive into tall, dense rows, snapping ears from stalks with a crunch. Potato and beet machines lift whole ridges of soil onto vibrating webs, shaking away the earth and sending round, dusty roots rolling up conveyors into trailers. Carrot harvesters tug orange roots from the ground by their leafy tops, cleaning them as they move. Each crop has its own machine, its own movement, its own careful choreography. In orchards and vineyards, the work becomes more delicate, but no less mechanical. Tree shakers grip trunks with padded arms and deliver a controlled shiver that sends ripe fruit raining down onto waiting nets. Tall grape harvesters stride astride narrow vine rows, their hidden rods gently dislodging clusters, which flow onto belts and into onboard bins. From the outside, the machines look massive and strong. From within, they are tuned to touch fruit with surprising gentleness. On hayfields and meadows, the focus shifts to grass and straw. Round balers follow raked windrows, their pickup reels lifting dried stems into spinning chambers. Inside, hay swirls and packs tighter and tighter until the chamber opens and a dense cylinder drops to the ground. Bale wrappers spin each roll in a tight hug of white film, sealing in the energy of summer for animals to eat in winter. Bale stackers roam the field, lifting and arranging these heavy shapes into neat towers that reshape the skyline. Above all of this, agriculture is quietly becoming digital. Spray drones buzz along invisible flight paths, tanks and booms hanging beneath their carbon arms. Nozzles release fine mist with millimeter precision, guided by GPS and pre-planned maps. Between rows of vegetables and vines, small electric rovers roll on soft tires, cameras and sensors scanning leaves, measuring moisture, and sending endless lines of data to servers we never see. On distant fields, driverless tractors pull wide implements under the stars, guided by satellites. Only their LED beams and the steady hum of their engines show that work continues long after the sun has gone. As the day stretches on, the field changes color. First from gold to pale yellow, then to the muted browns and grays of exposed soil and cut stubble. Grain moves from field to cart, from cart to auger, from auger to silo. Trucks roll away loaded, empty wagons rattle back for more. The noise of engines and conveyors fills the air, then fades as each machine shuts down one by one. By evening, the dust has settled. The combines and tractors return to the yard, lights dimmed, engines ticking as they cool. Out in the fields, bales stand like quiet markers against the horizon. Terraces and flats alike wear the short, rough texture of post-harvest stubble. Irrigation ditches reflect the colors of the sky, and the last birds cross over in dark strokes against the fading light. Seen from above, the day's work has drawn its own pattern on the land. Overlapping tire tracks at the headlands, curved in straight lines where machines turned and aligned, geometric blocks of harvested and untouched plots. It is a map of choices and routes, of efficiency and adaptation, etched in soil and straw.
Long day, but we got it done.
Machines do not replace the
Almost
land,
full.
and they do not replace the people who understand it. Instead, they extend human hands, backs, and minds across more acres than could ever be managed alone. They turn data into decisions, fuel into movement, and design into reliability. Somewhere between the roar of an engine at full load and the soft whisper of wind over an empty, harvested field, there is a quiet truth. Every grain, every root, every piece of fruit is the product of both nature and engineering, of tradition and innovation working together. And when the first light of a new day glints on steel once more, the cycle begins again. Machines waiting in the yard, fields waiting on the horizon, and another harvest ready to be written into the story of the land.